Hello, once again, dear viewers, and welcome back to another Moonflower Tarot reading. And today I'm channeling messages from Mintaka, Starseed, Origins. If you are working with Ascended Masters right now, or you align with the Mintakan, Orion, Starseed Collective, these messages are going to be for you today. I am opening up to your higher self and any other spirit guides, angel messengers that are coming through. I am going to be reading this card out of the book when I am done reading your tarot cards. This oracle card I was actually drawn to. It's from the Dante's Inferno tarot deck, oracle deck. I just got this recently, and it really did stick out to me because I work well with shadow work, and you might resonate with that too. I do not appear to be the type of person that does well with shadow work. I'm going to be honest with you, when most people meet me, they see a very motherly, nurturing person, or they see my intensity. So I do a lot of shadow work and channeling messages from beings that are maybe a little bit more, I would say, taboo sometimes in my practice. And I think if some of you have been feeling like channeling or working with certain entities are steering you away from the light, that is an aspect of yourself that wants to actually be worked on right now. The only thing that is standing in your way between you, your soul's highest purpose and calling, is the fear you have and these attachments to angels. And one of the things that I kept hearing this morning for my own respective journey is you need to be seeing things or start seeing things from a different angle, not from earth below or heaven above, or if you do believe in this dichotomy and almost like segregation of heaven and hell, there is a new purpose coming in, putting you in alignment with peace and clarity. And the angels and archangels and ascended masters, messengers from Mintaka and your starseed origins want to help you align with your divinity while overcoming the part of you that fears your shadow, to master over your shadow and to become one in harmony with that side of you where there is no hate, there is just pure alignment. We are not all necessarily a singularity, though we come from a similar origin. We come from source. Our souls manifest here in this reality and this earth, and we're living the human experience. Okay, so the number 9 is, it's associated with the Hermit. If you were born in September, you're a Virgo. Some of you might be going through your Saturn return. Jupiter, I'm hearing, is that the movie Jupiter Ascending? Hold on. Some of you need to sit with yourself for a while if you are dealing with a lot of maybe even memories resurfacing, or so Jupiter ascending, Jupiter rising. I always forget the name of the movie. Bees are drawn to loyalty. You might be a beekeeper or maybe agriculturalist. I'm seeing someone working with animals, like on a horse ranch, horse farm, a trainer. I'm being referenced a lot of movies right now. So so there's a lot going on, and you might need to separate yourself from the herd to clear your mind. And so you might even resonate with some of my previous readings. I'm getting the sense that a lot of the star seeds that are waking up now need the same practice, patience, being kind of separated from a large group of people that you might have once resonated with, but needing to go inward or just not, I don't like to use the word isolate, but isolate for a time. Be with you and your own thoughts, because your voice needs to be heard by those who see your truest soul and light. But it's hard to be your truest soul and light when you feel the need to chameleon in with a group of people who no longer resonates with you, or wants you to be seen, not heard. Being alone and creating this like sanctuary space is going to be good for you. And just know that your needs will be met, even if you have to take some time away from work to do so. Claim this time alone, and it will be yours to have. But there is this need for introspection and solitude, especially if you're waking up to deeper gifts and even manifesting a certain type of reality. Your higher self wants you to live out your soul's purpose. You're going to be given a lot of information in this introspection period of your life. It is going to come to you when you least suspect it too, by the way, because once you're in a state of flow and you're in a state of receiving, these things are going to come to you just naturally. I'm hearing the song Orinoco Flow by Enya. Yeah, go with the Orinoco flow. Flow like a river. Because the river that is moving slowly is still moving. The river that is slow moving is still eroding the landscape around it and smoothing the river rocks. It is creating this stream of consciousness, which is providing for the ecosystem around it. And if your life is like a river flow, it is time for you to just let go and be present. And when you are in that state of mind and you reframe your journey and you train yourself to be present, even when in a moment of chaos, slowly over time, Spirit is saying that a pool of stagnation will erode your soul. A spirit of pure flow is going to cleanse it. So you might have been a being in your previous incarnation who was maybe even related to the mer people, the mermaids, because there was an entire collective that lived underwater, and reliving a lot of those memories from a certain time frame, from a certain point in that history, because there was a lot of ecological disasters happening before a lot of the star children from each civilization had to finally let go. It is uncomfortable, and it was unkind to you. It was unfair when a civilization collapses or a world is fallen to the ego of a higher mindset that is driving people towards destruction. The number 5544 and 88 came up. And I'm getting the sense that if you clicked off this video, you might not like slow moving things or slow talking people. If you are listening to me, this is how slow you need to be going. And if you have been engaging in a lot of short form content, Spirit is trying to get you to help you realize that is actually kind of damaging your brain, like doom scrolling, watching more long form content, or even listening to classical music or music that stimulates your brain, allows you to look inward. Because if you don't find the space between noise, relaxing, yeah, I'm hearing the phrase, you don't like the space between noise, you don't find it entertaining. And now I'm getting the song. I will link them all in the description below. Shudder Before the Beautiful by Nightwish. Deep silence between the notes. This, what is this? I'm trying to think of the words, but I have a feeling like I'm trying to bring your energy down to where it needs to be, because my mind keeps racing with a lot of thoughts and ideas. And that's not good for your soul. It's not good to be racing, because this world has conditioned the people to rise and grind and keep moving forward. And we get bored with the silence. We get bored with the in between. The ego is kind of needing to be fed constantly, and that dopamine hit and rush is going to be hard at first, but once you release control, the discomfort and unease of just being in silence with your own thoughts will slowly go away, erode over time. You will actually crave that moment of peace if you can find it within yourself. Just slow down. And yeah, because I'm feeling like I'm not talking as much as I usually do when I'm getting a lot of information at once. If you have seen either my previous like Palladian reading or the reading about the magician too many cooks reading, you don't have to go there, but if you understand what I'm referencing, if you've seen any of my previous readings where I am just talking a mile a minute, I both don't have the energy to do that today, but I'm also like being forced to slow down and meet you at the level where you need to be right now. There's a need to be slow moving and taking action when you feel like you need to. So listening to your intuition is very important right now. So the King of Pentacles is very grounded and slow, but I'm reading this reversal as like your ego wounds are doubling down or like weighing you down, and the universe is following suit. Like, it's not going to give you what you want, it's going to provide for you what you need and allow you to rest and receive. I'm hearing the phrase, you're being given an honorable discharge, Sergeant. Like, you've done your due diligence and now it's time to reap the rewards, but you cannot reap the rewards or even understand the benefits you've received if you're in constant go, go, go mode. It's like you were awarded $1 billion and it's like you're chasing after more, and you're not sitting with the billion you have and wondering what you're going to do with it and how you're going to use it to benefit you or society. Or you're forcing yourself to run into the ground. You're not seeing what is directly in front of you, or even some of what you have been given, like as far as abundance. It just seems like you haven't had a chance to rest because there's this mindset of it's never enough. And I'm hearing some of you, it might have been to do with a childhood issue or a relation with money, that you are never given a chance to actually slow down and celebrate. Yeah, I'm getting that. It's like you literally made your first million, and now it's like you have this demanding father who's like, okay, well, what, it's not like 2 million, and then you're after 2 million. It's like you never get to enjoy those vacations, you never get to enjoy your second yacht. And that's where we get into the mindset of pure and utter destruction, because what you're doing is constantly driving towards an end that will never be met. Because even when you do meet that goal, even when you do get that job or promotion, or you do get married, or you have a child, it's not about, you know, slow forward movement and progression at that point. It's about, I am always wanting the next thing, not necessarily enjoying what I have. You get married and you're like, well, it's not good enough. And then you have a child and then it's like, well, that's not good enough. And you have an entire family. And then by the time you're 40, 50, or 70, you feel like you wasted your life, and you look behind you and that's not the reality. So it doesn't, have to be that literal as well. It doesn't have to be like you have that much. It's just kind of an extreme reduction of your situation right now. But that could be it. You could have gotten that McMansion in the suburbs, and it's everything you wanted, and it was better than you wanted. But your in-laws or your exes come around and say, well, it's not as good as the rest of the neighborhood, and then you're keeping up with the Joneses. Like, is my picket fence better? And you're just dealing with this demon of suburbia mentality of, I will never be like my neighbors. And that's like, why should you be like them? Why do you need to be like them? Why can't you just be you and be happy? And that's something that is shifting right now. And this is not to be like harsh on you. This might be something you already are aware of, or um, I'm getting the feeling like it's just time for you to sit back and enjoy what you have. And the reason why you think like this, by the way, is most likely because of the environment you come from, the media you are watching, and it's none of this is your fault. And there is just a little bit of tough love. If you're still watching this, you can handle it. You can handle the truth. You can handle the darkness. Your spirit wants to know the answer to peace. Your spirit wants to live a long and prosperous life, and it can't handle like being stuck in this energy of like defeat almost. It's there's some things outside of you that are wearing you down. So to align you with your soul's purpose, or even just inner peace, the angels and spirits of Mintaka want you to release control, surrender, and just sit with yourself and be in tune. You don't even have to pray to certain angels. Just allow yourself to be alone. And sometimes in those moments, certain I'm hearing species of being, because yeah, when you're from a different this galaxy far away, long time ago, yeah, your soul came from other places. Your soul grew and has a history. It has a different species, and there are angels connected to that and your soul that only you are allowed to access, and they can't actually approach you unless you open up to that, letting go of the fear and just tuning out other voices. Because I don't even want to tell you the names or the type of practical magic to use to access those things. That's not my place. I might get a card to get any additional information about any beings or practices you might use. One moment. Okay, so I'm not going to pull any cards, but I did get mention of water therapy, aerobic therapy, working in water. Like if you have a gym nearby, if you have a YMCA, or if you're in a place where there is water. I'm more saying like being in like still water, like a pool or a medicine bath, or even a hot tub, doing water therapy, water movement, aerobics, just being submerged in water, saltwater baths, working with music magic as well, because music is going to speak to your soul. So creating like a playlist, and I'm even seeing like a cassette tape, a cassette. If you have like something that members of your family, like even like if you yourself used to have like mixed tapes or cassette tapes, using like analog media might help tune you in, maybe with your inner child, your higher self, or a parental figure that used them. Some of you had grandparents. I'm getting, what were those? 8-track tapes? Anything that is like associated with a fond memory, childhood, not anything that would be associated like with a wound or an attachment, but a strong bond or a familiar feeling of safety. So if you have a Walkman, if you go into your attic and see if they work, that kind of like music therapy, and then going for a walk in the woods, or being close to nature, being with yourself, outside of yourself, but not being seen by others, not being beheld by others, in the presence of yourself and the nature around you. I wouldn't suggest communing with nature spirits right now if that's your thing. This is about your connection with your higher self and the specific starseed origin if you are so called to do that. But those are my main energy work practices. If you do use candle magic, 'cause I'm mostly seeing music and water. Maybe stay away from the fire element for now. Use it at your altar, but use candle magic sparingly. That is very specific. But I'm also getting this idea that there's a specific elemental practice you might need to be tuned into. Don't necessarily like stop using that, but when you're trying to get in tune with this aspect of you, like don't stray away from your normal practices is what I'm hearing. Whatever deities, goddesses, whatever you work with already, like don't completely let go of them. Like I'm hearing your soul assign them to you, you've been assigned to them and they're working with you, a spirit team family type of situation. So I'm going to read this oracle card out of the book. I can't show it on camera because this oracle deck has a lot of things that are not YouTube friendly. So I am just going to read the card and have the number. And Sowers of Discord, number 30. So, by all the others whom thou seest, there grew scandal and schism, yet, excuse my dyslexia, while yet they breathed the day, because of which they are now cloven through. Dante and Virgil behold a grisly sight, wandering souls of those who in life spread scandals and caused schisms are hacked brutally by a sword. Baby tripping, y'all. Dude. So, excuse me. The world. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. The world seems to have an unending appetite for drama. We are drawn to intrigue and turmoil, cattiness and discontent. Such games may seem entertaining at first, but before long, the acidity proves too disagreeable for anyone to stomach. Seek instead to bring hearts and minds together. Let go of scorn and judgment, and try to see commonality and points of contention. Build bridges and form strong bonds. Do not let yourself be drawn to other people's miseries. And we have the number 40. So the number 30 and the number 40 might be significant. You might be in your 30s and 40s, or this is just something that is trying to help you bring in a lot more stability and align with your highest self in a way that is more positive and gentle. And when we see others sowing these seeds of discourse or trying to separate large groups of people, we tend to internalize that and be in a mindset of lone wolf, every man for himself. And that is hurting us as well as society, as above, so below. There is a need to basically everything I've said, like get as far away from those people who caused this as humanly possible so you can get in tune with your divine badass self and be as inhumanly divine as possible. But this is a very this is a timeless and general reading. So whenever you need to access this, whenever you need to hear this, this will find you. And I hope these messages today have helped you, and that wherever you find yourself in your spiritual journey, whether you identify as a Mintakan starseed, if you're looking for your origins, I hope this finds you well. And I wish you the best on your journey and spiritual awakening. Thank you so much.